Hi everyone, welcome to Mystic Morpho. For those of you that have subscribed or have visited my channel, watched my videos before, thank you again for coming back. For those of you that are new to my channel, if any of these messages resonate with you, please leave me a like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you're alerted to more videos that I post. I'm relatively new to YouTube, so it's been great getting to know more of you and just seeing all the action on the channel. So thank you. Today I'm going to be doing a Angel Oracle Messages reading for the week of December 23rd until the 30th. So what I am going to be doing, it's a pick a deck reading. So between the three Oracle decks here, we have the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck by Victoria Moseley. We have the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid. And lastly, the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. I'll be picking one card from each deck based on whatever one you're selecting. And then I will clarify it with two cards from the Art of Life Tarot deck by Charlene Livingston. I love this deck. I keep raving about it in all my videos when I use it. So please keep in mind that these messages are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. But sometimes too, I think I also like to mention that if it doesn't quite resonate with you, but you know someone that's going through something similar, there might be a message for that person. So a lot of times Spirit just shows us signs or gives us guidance that it's not always for us. Sometimes it's also for someone else in your life. So, and it offers us a chance to share that knowledge, that wisdom with that person, meaning coming from a loving place, ultimately. So, so just keep that message in mind. At this time, let's take a deep breath. And whatever deck you're drawn to, whether it's deck number 1, deck number 2, or deck number 3, you can find that timestamp in the description box below. And we will get started with group number 1. Spirit, angels, guides, messages. What do we have for December 23rd? Additional messages. Number 1. December 23rd. All right, so the first card, Oracle card that you have here is Thought. And The two corresponding tarot cards you have are the Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. What I love about this Art of Life tarot deck as well is that not only does it have beautiful art pieces on the cards that offer a certain level of symbolism and additional meaning to a lot of these different traditional tarot cards, but there's also a quote at the bottom. So I'm going to read the two quotes. So for the Knight of Cups, it says, "There's nothing half so sweet in life as love's young dream." And then under the Page of Pentacles, it is, "The first step toward philosophy is incredulity." The initial feeling on this is, I have a feeling this has a bit of a love feeling to it. Anytime I see like the Knight of Cups come out, and you kind of look at some of the other corresponding cards, but it's also, this image is so beautiful, right? Of just a man and a woman just in the park, kind of enjoying each other's company. I just have the feeling that, but with the thought being an overarching theme, I have a feeling there's two people that you're kind of dealing with right now. One may be a little bit older than the other one. Almost they have like different types of qualities to them. One is maybe a little bit more emotionally connected. They might be, telling you more, kind of expressing more of how they're feeling. There's the other one that I'm feeling is they're, they probably work very hard. They, so Page of Pentacles, so it may be an earth sign is what I'm getting. Obviously with Earth being Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, water sign being Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It can be any sign though, but again, these messages are general. But I have this feeling that there's two potential candidates you're kind of considering as relationship material, relationship quality. There may be one that you've already pretty well established yourself with, this Knight of Cups, that you feel pretty good with where it's going, but there's someone else in the picture that has kind of sparked your interest. Maybe you're not fully established in this type of relationship yet. It might just be that you're still kind of dating, you're still just getting to know each other. But this other person has kind of just come onto the scene, and maybe it's something where it might be a setup from a friend or a coworker or a family member, somebody like you're kind of like, well, I'm sort of enjoying my company with this person, but I don't quite know all the situation. I don't feel fully secure in what's going on here, and I'm open to exploring other options. So you're kind of weighing the pros and cons in this situation, and actually, the thing is, when you're dating, when you're not necessarily in something secure or committed, it's okay to explore other options, in the sense that, we all have our different kind of rules or boundaries or whatever, and I'm not one to judge, but I think it kind of behooves you to limit yourself specifically to one person especially if you don't feel like the thing is fully solidified yet. If the relationship hasn't been like, okay, we're committed, we're exclusive, all those things. It doesn't necessarily need to be like an engagement, but it's a matter of having that discussion with someone of like, where do we stand? And if you feel like this person hasn't fully committed to you yet, like they might still be dating other people, they might be enjoying others' company, possibly. And it's okay for you to do that as well, if that's sort of the understanding. But I think it's also important to have those conversations with people, not just simply thinking about what it is, but in this moment, the feeling that I'm getting is that you have it's almost like these two different offers on the table. One is someone that you've known for a little bit longer. As I said, like you've maybe gone on a couple dates, but it's still kind of like, we're trying to feel each other out. And then someone else, it might be, again, like I said, it might be someone that has come in through a connection. It might be a work connection of sorts, but they might be a little bit younger, or you don't quite know them all that well yet. So, but whoever's telling you about them is like raving about them. So I think you're feeling, the feeling I'm getting is that almost like you're resisting the possibility of meeting this person just because you're unsure about how this will affect this situation. So here's the other thing too. Sometimes also when we want to move something along, and you don't want to feel like you have to put pressure on someone to make a decision, right? You should both ultimately come together in the same time. By the way, excuse my voice, I'm still dealing with a cold. But anyway, so I think the understanding is that if you say to this person, look, I'm understanding where we're at, but I also want to explore other options, this person may not actually like that. So, which then may actually force their hand a little bit, right? Like it's kind of, if you feel like you're holding back and you're kind of waiting for them to make the move or make that decision, like that's what we're going to do, you might be waiting a while. Yes, Knight of Cups, it's a loving offer, it's a loving energy, but it may not be a solid one yet, is kind of how I'm feeling from this. And there may be certain factors in this person's life that they may not feel quite ready yet to do so. Like if maybe if they were just getting out of something, or maybe they're new to the area or wherever you're living or whatever it is. It might be something that I feel I'm getting is that they're not quite ready yet to be what you ultimately want to be in a committed relationship. And that's okay. Like people are at a different place in their life. That's why, divine timing is at work, right? Sometimes things don't happen right when we want them to happen. It's all about going through the process of things and exploring other opportunities. Just so, if anything, even if it's just a matter of getting to know more of what you want, or like how someone else could potentially treat you, or what other opportunities are there. So I think the great thing to do is I would recommend, so long as and again, this is where this is the thought coming in. You're definitely weighing these pros and cons, right? Like what's going to happen if I do go with this person? Well, the thing is, you may meet this person and you may actually really like them. You may actually start something solid with this person, and this person who, you maybe thought was the end all be all may not look so good after meeting this person. But I would make sure first that there's this clear understanding, like, look, like, and you can say it this way in a sense of like, look, I'm understanding that right now, you can't quite make, and again, you're doing it from a place of not really forcing someone's hand. It's not going to be like in the sense of, well, you better commit to me or else kind of thing. It's a matter of being okay with where someone's at in their personal life, in their situation, whatever it is, whether it's their job or their family, or again, a former relationship that's kind of hindering them from progressing forward. I don't doubt that this person doesn't enjoy their time with you. I feel that they really do. But at the end of the day, like if you feel like you're ready for something more lasting or stronger or whatever, or you've been through the gamut of like guys or women that won't commit, it's okay to put yourself first, because what you're doing is you're ultimately breaking that cycle of constantly waiting for someone else to show you that you're valuable. No, like you need to know that you are valuable and it's your life that you're living. So if the concern is whether or not I should actually go after that opportunity or look into it, the feeling I'm getting is that it's okay. It's okay to do so. Just with the clear understanding that this person, and if you feel like, I don't want to guide you I don't want to be guiding in a negative way, because it's ultimately truth and honesty should be at the forefront of any kind of relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's, a loving, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It's truth and honesty should ultimately be upfront about it. And you can say to this person, look, like, it's not fair to you to have to wait for someone to ultimately make up their mind about you. Okay, so I would recommend seeing what this is about, seeing what this other opportunity is about, because at the end of the day, like, if this continues to wait, if you have to continue to wait for this, and then you're just waiting. Then you're not helping your own path. You're not helping your own direction in life, in the things that you ultimately want. You want to enjoy being in a relationship with someone. That should be your goal, right? Like, it shouldn't just be waiting for someone else, and have that confidence in yourself to ultimately know that that's what you deserve, right? Because this other person, even though, again, it's still very new, it's still very fresh, they may actually be what you're looking for, okay? So I would say, hold on to that thought. It's not wrong to explore other options if you are not in something fully committed yet, okay? I'm not saying that this person isn't a great individual. I feel that they are. It's just something that's holding them back right now, and in some cases, again, sometimes when people are fearful of losing something, it causes them to kind of snap out of whatever is holding them back, because sometimes we tend to limit ourselves, or we kind of hold ourselves in safe spaces, right? That, like, we feel comfortable, and this person might feel very comfortable where they're at right now, like they're trying to maybe get their footing, but there isn't this extra push for them to have to like if you're available for them whenever they want, and they feel that they can count on you, and it can be whenever on their terms, nothing forces them to have to change that. So it's a matter of you coming out of that situation and realizing your own worth, and being like, look, it's okay to explore other things if I'm not in something committed and exclusive with this individual. If it's still just like murky and you're kind of like, I'm not so sure, see what else is out there. See what else is out there. I don't think you will be displeased with what you find. I think, if anything, it might actually make your decision a little bit harder, but sometimes it's almost better to have two good decisions than one kind of waiting potential that may not ever fully amount to what you're hoping for, okay? So that is the feeling I'm getting for you. That's the message I'm getting for group one. If this resonated with you, please give me a like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thank you. Bye. All right. Hi, group two. Welcome back to Mystic Morpho. Please keep in mind these readings are general. So if some messages do not resonate with you, it's all right. I tend to go a little specific with some of wherever my guides take me with the imagery and the story, that's where I tend to go. So again, sometimes it gets very specific. So it may or may not resonate with you sometimes, but that's okay. All right, group number 2. Okay, so the cards that you have here are co-create. You have the 6 of Cups. And you have the Magician. Okay, I'm going to read the quotes at the bottom of the cards as I did for group 1. So for the 6 of Cups, it says, God gave us memory so that we might have roses in December. And under the Magician, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. All right, the feeling that I'm getting from these cards, I have a feeling that there's someone from your past. It might be an old coworker. It may even be someone from now too. I'm feeling either it's a current coworker, an old coworker, someone that you might have gone to school with, might have been in your, like in your major, like in college, like you guys had a couple classes together, something to that effect. And I see you reconnecting with this person, whether it's through the holidays, you just reached out to them. If you're going home or you're traveling, you kind of run into this person. Maybe it was just a matter of like catching up with them over coffee or lunch, end of year holiday type of thing. And the feeling I'm getting is that you've started talking about creating starting a project or something together. Like you may really like baking, or you may really like yoga, or something like it's some sort of project where one of you has, it's almost like you have an idea for an invention or some type of business that you're wanting someone to partner with you on it. And all of a sudden, like you've been thinking of this idea, and all of a sudden you run into this person, and it dawns on you like, oh my God, this person would be so good with me in this. And the feeling I'm getting is that it's almost meant to be, in the sense that you've worked with this person before, you know how they are, your personalities really balance each other out in a good way, that someone's like front of house, someone's back of house. It might even be like starting some type of food truck, or like a coffee shop, or again, like some type of like a blog, or some channel or something to that effect, that you're basically coming together in the sense that you both have the skills needed to balance each other out, and you both are very passionate about this particular subject. The 6 of Cups, it is a bit of a soulmate card, and the thing is with soulmates, it's not just love relationships, it's also just other people that are in our lives, like your brother, your cousin, your friend. Like those people they are part of your soul family, and essentially like they come in and help us on our path. Like we help each other grow, we help each other find our destiny ultimately. And with the Magician here, you have so much power behind this right now. Whatever this idea is, or this business, or this blog post, or this website, whatever this idea is that you have is strong, and you have the ability to manifest this with the help of this person. So this idea of co-creation, it's coming together to ultimately make something greater than yourselves. And this is not to say that you won't have, it just feels like a very strong foundation. And I'm saying it's not saying that you won't have some challenges. It's any kind of relationship, especially work or business related, you'll find that you may not fully agree on everything, but at the end of the day, this person comes from such a good solid foundation. Your relationship is so solid already that it's going to do well, and that you will both have this ability to support each other when you need it. So I really advise, the feel I'm getting is that I feel good. I feel really good about this, and I feel like the magic is there for you to actually go after this. So especially, end of year time too, again, we start to think about where are we at right now with our work, and what's the next year going to start looking like. Am I happy in my job? And you may find when you're talking with this person, they might be saying a lot of the same things as you are, like, oh, I really enjoy what I do, but I don't like the hours, or my boss is really hard to work with, or I wish I had a little more freedom with my time, things like that, that you're both, as you're discussing this, as you're talking, you realize that this person is ultimately looking for something very similar to you. Like that it's almost like they're speaking all the things that you're thinking. And so you're going to know instantly that this is the person that you ultimately want to be working with. They may even have the idea. It might be them kind of coming to you to bring on board. And it may be something where it doesn't quite start right away. It might just be starting the foundations, because a lot of times just when we want to start, quote unquote side hustle, right? It's something that has to be, you're kind of working in the odd hours of, you might be working after work, or you're getting up early before you go to work to do a few things, or you take a quick lunch hour for a phone call, something like that. Or you're meeting up on the weekends. But ultimately, it feels good. It feels like you're building a strong foundation with this person, even if it's just, before the end of January, even if you just at the very basic level, you put a business plan together, or you get together and you decide what is our ultimate vision for this project, for this company, and where are we going to go with this. I feel good, loving energy around you, supporting this, not just from this person, but from all the other, from the angels, from your guides, from spirit, ultimately protecting both of you in this venture. So I want to say, go for it. Lay out a good plan, figure out what it is you're ultimately looking to achieve. And there's so many resources out there too. So things like, LegalZoom, or, whether it's creating a website, there's Wix, there's Squarespace, there's, I think it's called creators.com, something like that. So if you need graphic design help, whatever it is, it's almost like you guys are sharing the load on like searching, like here's our plan, and then I'm going to research this, and then I'm going to look at this, and then we're, and you just feel like you were meant to be with this person in a working environment. And so, it feels really good, group 2. I really want to say, like, please explore this, because I feel very positive about it. Okay. Thank you guys again. And please like, share, subscribe to the channel if this resonated with you. And I will see you guys soon in another video. All right. Thanks so much, group 2. Bye. All right. Hi, group 3. Please keep in mind these messages are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. Spirit shows me images, and sometimes my messages can be somewhat specific. It may just be for a few people, and that's okay. Obviously, my hope is that you are the person it resonates with, because I think these messages are important. But again, I mentioned this before at the beginning of the video, and I did mention this meant for group 1, but sometimes too, the messages may be someone that you may know. So ultimately, if you feel that this is a message meant for a friend or a sibling or a parent, feel free to share it with them, because sometimes it's just a little eye-opening when someone is speaking the messages that they need to hear. Okay, so. I'll show you the cards in a second. All right, group number 3. So you have the Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. You have the Ace of Swords. And you have the Seven of Cups. Okay. I'm going to read the quotes at the bottom. I mentioned this in 2 previous groups. I love this deck, the Art of Life deck, and not only with the art on each card, but also the quotes add another level of symbolism and meaning to each of the messages. So with the Ace of Swords, it says, "I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning to sail my ship." And under the Seven of Cups, "Whoso loves believes the impossible." My camera cut out for a moment. The feeling that I'm getting from these cards is that you're coming to a point where you might have been overworked with something, or you're not feeling well, and there's other things going on in your life too. It's not just being sick, but it's also relationships seem to have been tough. You feel like maybe you're not finding the right person. You're going out a lot on dating, a lot of dates, and it's almost like you feel like you're hitting your head against a brick wall. And now other things are coming to, you're also not feeling well. So it just seems like there's a lot going on all at once. And the Ace of Swords, you're looking for this fresh new start. You're looking for some truth behind the situation. And the thing is, it's constantly like causing you to look at everything, and so you're searching a lot. Like it's like it's hard to pinpoint what exactly you're looking for. Okay, with a relationship, it could be job related as well. So there's something to an effect where the added stress is causing you to affect you physically as well, is how I'm getting. So you're wanting an answer. You're wanting to know what the truth is in a situation. You're wanting clarity at the end of the day. Like, am I in the right city to meet someone? Am I in the right job? What's happening is you're kind of constantly thinking about it. You're kind of spinning your wheels a little bit, in a sense, trying to get the answer. And it's almost like it's an illusion. Like, there's so many potential opportunities. You're staying positive with it. I think the positivity is there in the sense of like, okay, I have a lot of options, but now it's almost to a point where you feel stuck because you don't know which way to go. You want one solid, straightforward answer, but you feel like as though there's so many options on the table, or it's like a never-ending search, that this kind of feels impossible. It feels impossible to actually get to the truth. And what Spirit's saying is take a step back, pull back a little bit. When our mind starts to spiral, right, we start to go through these things, and you're like, okay, well, and sometimes we jump ahead like 5, 6, 7 steps. Like, well, if I take this job and then I move to this city and then you almost create, thousands of possibility, and endless possibilities for yourself. But then you're literally like, it's frozen with a decision. And so Spirit's asking you to take a moment, to take a pause, to rest actually too, because this is also causing you to feel physically unwell. The added stress is causing, maybe you're overeating, maybe you're not working out, maybe you're just, it's like you're not getting enough sleep. So your body is almost on overdrive. I feel myself speeding up as I'm feeling the need to talk and try to keep up with your speed. So I think it's almost like you're like, and I have to do this now, and I have to really figure this out now, because the year's ending, and I want to know where I'm going 2019. This is your call to pull back, slow down, take a pause, just sit with where you're at right now. Observe all the things, and ultimately the answer will come to you. Okay, the answer will come when you're being quiet, when you're being relaxed, when almost sometimes too when you're not even thinking about it. Like if you're out with friends, you're out for a walk, or maybe you're taking your dog for a walk or something, or you're going to a party, meeting with friends, or go to a coffee shop, bring a book, like take some time for yourself, and bring a notepad, bring a journal, something where if you feel like something comes to you, and don't go there with the intent of having to write and write and write. Go with the intent to sit and observe. It's almost like putting your phone away and viewing the world through new eyes in that sense. Observe people in a space. So again, like go to a coffee shop, sit, relax, and observe the people. Take a pause and see what else is going on in the world, because when we get so wound up and focused on our own situation, like we want to be here. We want to be in this very relaxed, calm state where we're open. This guru is open to receiving messages from Spirit, to getting those answers that he so ultimately wants. You want to know. Yes, we want to understand the answers, but so much of it is the answers do come from within. And sometimes you can only hear those answers when you're quiet, when your mind isn't constantly thinking a billion different possible outcomes. So take that time for yourself, and whether it's relationship related, it could be, pause and sit and imagine yourself in the space of someone that you love, that will love you back, and what kind of relationship, how you want to feel in that relationship, in the good parts, or if it's job related, what are the things you envision yourself doing? Like, what are some of the tasks or projects or, creations or products or inventions or ideas that you ultimately imagine yourself doing in a good way? And sit with that and relax and breathe into that, because that will help you see that clarity. That will give you that answer of where do you want to go. And then it's as if as soon as you make that switch, that's when those wheels start to slowly propel themselves forward. They slowly start to build up, and that's when you will feel ready. You will feel like, okay, now I have that direction. I don't feel disillusioned. I don't feel like I don't have the clarity. Like I don't feel like I have my head in the clouds anymore. I feel like I have a North Star, a direction that I'm going. Okay. So it's a matter of pulling back and you can honor, sometimes we do have some really brilliant ideas. We might sometimes have too many brilliant ideas, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you're also human. And so take pause, and sometimes those ideas that are the most feasible or the most prosperous or the most beneficial to our own life journey will kind of stick out to you when you take a moment to pause back. And again, this can be relationship related in the sense that the qualities you're looking for, and you start to come at it from a place of objectivity, right? Like maybe you're kind of dating a few people, and You're like, well, I like this thing about this person. I think this about, and and you're trying to decide which one, who do you like the best, or who's more suitable for you. When you come back from it and you see, like, what is the long-term potential for each of these individuals for me, or if there isn't anyone in the picture at the moment, when you are looking for a potential mate, what are the specific qualities that I really care about, that when I meet someone, I want to know this is the feeling I want to feel, or this is this. So by giving yourself that time to not only see and write those things down, but also to sit within it and feel those feelings of joy, of love, of care, in work, of feeling proud, feeling successful, feeling like you're doing a good job, or that you feel inspired to do the work that you're doing. When you have those feelings, it draws it to you that much faster. It becomes that magnet that those things will ultimately come to you. So group 3, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be posting videos soon for the first 2 weeks of January for love readings for all the signs. I'm going to continue with these oracle messages. They're fun to do. I think, again, sometimes the messages can be relatively specific, but at the same time, I know that, putting these messages out there ultimately help. My hope is to, at least if it helps one person, I've done all that I can. So, but that being said, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. My goal is to continue to put more content out there for all of you, and just continue to inspire and bring joy to your lives. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful holiday if you guys celebrate. And I will probably see you just before the new year. So, but if I don't, Happy New Year, and looking forward to 2019. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a good one.